All right. Well, that really sucked. I guess my connection was horribly bad, and I had to restart the stream here. So hopefully, if you're out there, you guys can see me and join on in. If not, yes, exactly, part two. Hopefully, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I guess what all I saw was this banner that went across the top that said my connection was bad, that it was reconnecting, and then it reconnected, and I guess it didn't reconnect the sound. So hopefully you guys can all hear me now at this point. God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's horribly bad. You can't hear me at all? Oh, stop fucking with me, filthy. Damn. All right. My God. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to find out what's going on with internet connections and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what happens. You have a really shitty old building, and damn, that's all I can say. Speaking of shitty, anyone see that John Cryer as Lex Luthor picture? Or as I like to call it, Mother May I Sleep with Danger? You know? Oh my God, it was just really bad. Really bad. He looks some kind of creeper that's looking through the door like, hi, yes, I'm watching you change. Yeah, that Lex photo was just really bad. I'm not looking forward to him being Lex Luthor on the CW. I don't know if Mr. Liberty's returning or not, Joe Greer. Probably at some point. Yeah, Michael Rosenbaum is the only Lex, but he won't return to it unless they drive a couple of dump trucks worth of money up to him. Yeah, Ed Brewer, he was the nephew in Superman 4. God, that was a horrible fucking movie. Yeah, that's like me shaving my head and going, yeah, I'm Lex Luthor now. No, it doesn't work. Yeah. Jody says, earlier I was referring to Treese, an urban fantasy comic book series that draws from Filipino folklore. If you like Supernatural, you might like the comics. It's in English. Huh. I might have to give that a shot. Yeah, I actually want to try Oliver. That is out right now, that Derek Robertson is working on. It's his latest project. Episode 1, or the first issue came out. And yeah, sorry, I'm noticing little glitches here and there on my end right now at the moment too. So who knows what's going on with my stream at the moment. Yeah, he really is not Lex Luthor, man. John Cryer, I don't know. I haven't read Fables in a long time, filthy. Probably since it first came out. It's been a while. And I know they've been trying to do a series on it, and it's just never really worked. B. Cluett says, did Luthor have a goatee before this? I don't know. Maybe in the 90s at one point when goatees were all in vogue. Yes, I know this isn't in vogue. This isn't hip. But you know what? I don't wear skinny jeans either, so it doesn't work for me. I can't wear skinny jeans because I'm just not that person. So yeah, that was. I have a big beard, is what. That's what she said. I'm sorry. There's a smart ass again in me coming out. And speaking of CW, doing some weird shit. They also ordered a pilot for the Lost Boys series. So they actually want to do a TV series based on the movie The Lost Boys. And I saw some interesting things, in different places that people were talking about. I guess they were trying to do a series a while back, and what they were going to do was go through different decades, going back to the original vampire. I can't remember his name now. Starting with him getting turned, and then going through up to where Kiefer Sutherland's character is turned, and then up to the 80s where we had the movie going on, which I thought would be interesting if they did it that way. Carl Urban makes everything better. He does. Filthy News says, fucking Twilight, skip. I still like the movie. Yeah. And that's the thing that gets me is it's on the CW, so it's going to be pretty people. And their Vampire Diaries or whatever it is there you go right there. I don't think I could do it. Movie for Nobi, many lost boys seem to go missing near Penn's neighborhood. Weird. Wow. Joe Greer III says, Good Times by INXS and Jim Barnes, a good song from the Lost Boys original sound. Yeah, that whole soundtrack was awesome. I had that at one point in time. Back when I had CDs. Jody says, but the originals was an improvement relative to Vampire Diaries. I'll take your word for it, Jody. I can't do it. I can't watch it. Yeah, I know I watched the DC CW stuff, and it gets tainted by being in the CW universe. Yeah. So I no. I can't watch it. Sorry. I'm like, oh man. You guys are just sniping at each other now. What's going on? Filthy News says, although wife and I watched the originals and the Vampire Diaries. Yeah. Jody says, oh no, please don't watch it. If you couldn't stand Vampire Diaries, you probably won't really want to enjoy the originals either. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. It's not my cup of tea. But like I said, there is so much shit out there right now. Netflix is putting out if I remember correctly, they said something like 1,100 or 1,200 different things this year. That's on, that's series, movies, this is everything they're putting out. That's the reason why they're raising their rates. Yeah. So they can pay for more of it. Not only that, because people are also subscribing like fucking mad to them as well. So yeah, it's just crazy. What do I think of this season's Flash? Needs less time travel. And that's, you having me say that it needs less time travel is saying something. Yeah, the whole time travel aspect now is what kills Flash, because they just don't do it properly. And Amico in Arrow, don't get me started on that shit. That just, oh my god. Or are they going to keep every season now? They're going to find a new brother or sister, half brother or half sister for Oliver to find. Because his father obviously fucked around quite a bit. So, yeah. Not only that, he's going to find kids of his own. Oliver, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I ever had a relationship with this girl. And oh, she had a kid. Okay, I'm going to train you. You can become a vigilante too. Come on in. Oh, and by the way, people were asking when Pepper was going to be on. I asked her this morning if she wanted to be on, and she's actually laying on her back now, sneezing on the couch because she's just like, yeah, fuck you all. That's what she said to me. She didn't say it to you guys. She said it to me. So, but I gave her the option if she wanted to be on. She didn't want to be on. Jody says, yeah, they kept going back on that as well. Forking tongue. Penn Farm Girl, yeah. Arrowverse is long in the tooth at this point. But good news, it looks like they're going to reboot everything next season. They're going to do Crisis, so Barry is going to go back in time again, fuck thing up again. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. And that's how it's going to start off, is Crisis. And Yeah. I don't know, Filthy. I'm actually kind of I've been really tired of Cicada, and dude, I mean, the guy who plays him, I can't remember his name now offhand. I used to know who he was. I know he's from the American Pie series and all that stuff. The way he sneers through every single scene and just smells like it looks like he smelled something bad, and that's what he does every single scene. And he kind of almost tries to growl his way through his lines. And I'm like, no, dude, don't stop. I know you're supposed to be in pain most of the time and angry. That's just not the way you do it. Take a couple acting classes, just some remedial acting classes, please. Yeah, exactly, Pen Farm Girl. Now that there's stuff out there to watch, I forget about the CW shows, and I catch up on it now on the CW app is how I do it, and I kind of watch. Chris Klein, thank you, Jody. Chris Klein. Yeah, he just he can't act as well. If you I want to see a really shitty movie, if you just want to torture yourself for no good reason whatsoever, go and watch the remake of Rollerball that he was in. It takes a really good serviceable movie that was done by James Caan and completely flushes it down the toilet, bends it over, and rams the plunger up its backside. That's all I'm going to say. It's a really bad movie. Yeah, Manu Bennett is not coming back for Deathstroke. There's no way in hell. And Pen Farm Girl says, I'm still sad the Netflix Marvel shows went so bad. They started with it. Well, again, that's Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb really needs to get out of producing anything TV-wise. And I'm hoping once everything goes over to Disney Plus, God help me, that Kevin Feige, when he takes over the TV aspect of it, does something that's actually viable. Because, god damn. Yeah, Manu Bennett is a great bad guy. He was a great bad guy in Spartacus. He was a great bad guy in Arrow. Definitely worth it. I mean, he's a good actor. Yeah, and Pen Farmer, I don't hold that much hope for D Plus either. I'm hoping that they actually scrap those plans, just go over to Hulu and take it over and do it that way. Mufino, he says, will Fahey really do TV? Yeah, he will for a little while. I mean, he'll set it up and then give it to others, but he will set it up. Yeah, Jody Manu Bennett could have played a more menacing Cicada. Cicada was a one and done character, though. It really didn't need to be the bad guy for the whole season. There's not much to him. He's a two-dimensional character. But they needed to pad it out quite a bit, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to pad it out till they can get to Crisis, is what they're doing. And so this is their lead into Crisis, is by padding out this entire season. You could tell it's some lazy writing and some lazy storylines, really lazy storylines. Not only that, they lost one of their producers, the guy who was actually coming up with all the good ideas, because of sex scandals and stuff like that. So he's gone. Now it's falling on the people that were just basically writing his coattails for ideas, and you can tell it's some pretty shitty stuff. Same thing's going on in Arrow as well. Arrow right now, the future storyline is actually much more engaging than what's happening in quote unquote present time, if you will. And yeah, I'm trying to go through Black Lightning, and Black Lightning starting to yeah, it's starting to slow down too. Again, sexual misconduct allegations. The showrunner is out on that one as well. I just want Legends of Tomorrow to return, so I can have something that's cheesy and fun to watch, because they actually get it, and that's what I like about their show. And yes, the main baddie should have been Nora Jody. That's what I thought they were going with too, but they're not. They're not going that direction. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Stanley Tweedle says, after the season of Black Lightning, I will probably be finished. Yeah, I don't think you're the only one, to tell you the truth. I have to admit the soundtrack to Black Lightning is fucking awesome. But and some of the scenes are actually pretty cool too. Like the one that just happened this last week, where he's looking for um, Jennifer, his daughter, and he is in one of the warehouses and he's flying. So he's got one hand down so he can propel himself up with the lightning, and he's using the other hand as a flashlight and kind of just rotating around slowly in the air. And I was like, that's fucking cool. I haven't seen that before. That's actually really cool. Yes, Mufinobi, I can't wait for Cloak and Dagger to return to Freeform as well. Fuck. No, Freeform needs to go away. It really does. And I hope it does, honestly. It just, man. Jody says, unless they make it so Nora's arc is similar to that of, say, Godspeed or Cobalt Blue from the comics, I honestly don't know. I don't know those two storylines. Sorry, Jody. It's been a while. So I do not miss Vandal Savage Joker. That storyline took fucking forever to get through. And especially with the Hawk people. The Hawk people were horrible. They needed really, really to end that. It lasted like about 15 episodes longer than it needed to be. So I was speaking about price changes and stuff like that from Netflix. So Netflix, of course, I talked about last week. They raised their prices $2 for those of us that are already subscribed, and I think more for people that are just going to be coming in. So to offset that cost, Hulu, luckily enough, dropped their price on just the basic package. So the $7.99 per month has dropped down to $5.99 per month. That's going to happen in February. Unfortunately, they've dropped their live TV option. They brought that up to $44.99. So if you're doing Hulu TV with live, Hulu Live, I think is what it's called, something like that. Yeah, you're going to go up about $10, I think is what's going on. I'm okay with that. I don't mind having the price because that actually offsets my Netflix cost right there. And I'm very, very happy about that. Sorry, I need a little bit of water there. Ian was reading some of the comments there about Mufinobi and Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, I don't know if they are working together or not. Viking Bitch, if Hulu and Netflix are working together. But yeah, one offset the cost of the other for me. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't have to decide. I can still just leave it as it is. Pen Farm Girl says the other underrated actor I want to see get some better roles is Roger Cross. He's been around forever and never hits it big. Look at him on IMDb later if you know his name. If you don't know his name, yeah, I don't know who that is. I probably know by face. I'm kind of bad with names sometimes. So, excuse me. Jody says my favorite Legion of Legends was the one with the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom, when they had the actual Legion, the headquarters, I thought that was kind of cool. A movie for says I think ISPs need to come up with more fair pricing for internet-only plans for cord cutting. At some point, both cable and cord cutters will be paying the same, and nobody wins. Yeah, and I just read something about that yesterday, saying that exact same thing. Excuse me, is that people have cut the cord to get away from cable prices, but now ISPs are doing the exact same thing. They're raising their prices, so it's pretty much like you're paying for cable anyway. But even if you just end up paying for cable, you're still not getting all your content anyway, because you're going to have to subscribe to Hulu for the Hulu originals, Disney Plus if you want your Marvel stuff or Disney stuff, and Netflix and this and that. It's just not worth it, honestly. Nobody wins at this point. And yeah, unfortunately, you're going to start having people pirate it a lot more again. I give it probably about summertime of this year, and you're going to see there's going to be a huge pirating move on a lot of this stuff. I know there already is out there, but it's going to be even more so. Bronze Tiger. Wow. Yeah. And speaking of Netflix, honestly, they have just become an official member of the MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America. And you're going to say, why does that matter? Well, that means they can actually judge content as well and steer how movies are viewed, basically like the rating systems and things like that. I know they just got nominated. Some of their stuff got nominated for Oscars for the first time because they actually released them in theaters versus first before putting them on Netflix. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, and I think Amazon might be next to join the MPAA and do the same thing. But yeah, hey, Ancient Future. I agree with you on current season of Arrow. I do like seeing Dinah wearing her power suits. Yeah. They really need to. Dennis's vibrator went off on camera. No, that was my phone. That's why I looked down. I was like, my phone. Oh my God. Yeah, someone keeps messaging me on Facebook, Fanobi. I don't know who that could be, Fanobi. I know it's not you, Filthy. It's usually Fanobi. That's why I don't have the page opened up on my desktop here, because otherwise that would be ringing too, and you would hear that because I don't have it on mute. So yeah. But Slurmy Scott says rumors of Amazon buying a theater chain keep coming up, but no deal yet. Yeah, I know. Netflix was trying to do it. I know Amazon's been trying to do it. There's a lot, and the thing is, the theaters that are out there. They're not gonna. You're not gonna buy AMC. AMC is not gonna relinquish their foothold on that. You're not gonna buy Regal. Again, all the theaters, the big theater systems are in place. You're gonna have to go for an indie one, and they're just not big enough in order to get your product out there. So who knows? What was that about, Filthy? But only because you know your PS4 doesn't make phone call. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've got for news-wise. And since my connection is really, really shitty, obviously, for what's going on right now, I am going to end here unless you guys have some more stuff you want to talk about. You have anything cool you want to talk about? I will be doing a Punisher review of the entire season. I'm probably just going to record it and put it up instead of doing a live broadcast on that one, just because it was good and it was bad. That's all I can say. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life. But no, it was. I wasn't happy with the way it went out. It still wasn't the Punisher. That's all I can say on that. And yeah, there was just some really. You guys want me to do it live? You want me to do it live, Fanobi? Yeah. No, Banshee was actually pretty good, Joe Greer. And the actor for Banshee, God, I'm getting his name, is in The Boys. Because I was like, I'm looking at him like, he looks really familiar. Where the hell have I seen him before? And yeah, he's going to be in The Boys. I'm actually very cool about that. Oh man, predictions for Captain Marvel, Jody. It's going to fuck up the MCU. Is what's going to happen. Yeah, I honestly, every time you try and retconning and doesn't work. And if you're doing a movie series, it's a movie series based on books, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to retcon stuff. You don't do that. It's going to confuse a good majority of the fans, And I think what's going to end up happening, because Captain Marvel comes out before Endgame does, and I think once Captain Marvel comes out, and this is going to be my prediction for this, is they're going to cut the amount of revenue and their audience by 1/3 that comes into Endgame. Yeah, because people are going to be so pissed off about what happened that they're gonna check out. Yeah, because it's going to be a cop out on some stuff, and they're going to overpower her as well. They're going to severely overpower her, unless they do something weird with Endgame, like put in the Elementals or what is it, the Eternals, that kind of stuff, and start going real cosmic and real fucking crazy on that. So it'll be a train wreck or a dumpster fire. Yes. It will be a dumpster fire of a train wreck. Movie for Newbie says life happens and things change. Dennis doesn't hate watching Doctor Who or STD, so they are different directions but equally loved. Yeah, I haven't. You know what? I just don't bother with those shows. Honestly, it's like I said, there's so much stuff out there right now that I can't bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to watch bad shows anymore. And if it's something that's going to piss me off at a point, it's not enjoyable for people that are watching my streams, for me talking about it, because all I'm doing is bad mouthing it. And yes, you can get lots and lots of subs by promoting a negative viewpoint of stuff and being snarky about bad TV. That's fucking easy to do, quite honestly. The thing that's hard to do is to find good TV and talk good things about it and build an audience from that. Because no one wants, it's like the news. No one wants to hear about good news. They want to hear about all the bad news. Really, they do. Mufuno says a train wreck and a dumpster fire. Wasn't that in the Glass Unbreakable? No, actually, I liked that Glass. I liked it a lot. I thought it did a good job of closing up that trilogy. No trust in Kevin Feige is what Mark Maginot says. Yes and no. I think he's been pinned into a corner where they need to get themselves out. And they need to create more options. So they're looking at the least amount of damage, and just getting rid of 1/3 of your audience is the least amount of damage they can do. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at on that. Yes, I was going to mention that. Thank you, Pen Farm Girl, for reminding me. I am almost at 100 subs, which means once I get to 100 subs, I actually get a URL on YouTube. I get a real URL. I become a real channel at that point. So if you guys know of anybody that might actually like this kind of stuff, tell them to come over and take a look at it. They're going to see over here in this area videos that are going to out of my library that are going to appeal to them and their interests. It's actually going to uses those algorithms again, those little pesky algorithms, the algorithm method to do that. And there's going to be a subscribe button up here as well, so they can subscribe if they want. So subscribe, like, or don't hit the dislike button. Either way, I'm good with it. If you want to know when I'm going to have the next video up, hit the little bell right there, and that will do that. And I will give you my URL, Joe Greer. You can find out when I'm going to be on next. I have a schedule up at my website, suspendedfanimation.com. Actually, if you go to my channel page here at YouTube, there's a little link there too to the website. You can have it up there. And I'm also on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook under Suspended Fanimation. I have my schedule up there. I'm on Twitter. I am on Instagram. You can email me, suspendedfanimation, all one word, at gmail.com. I have that there too. Slurmy Scott says, I will have Bill sub. Perhaps we will call him Cock Pirate. Nice, Slurmy. Do vids of just Pepper sleeping on the couch. Well, right now she's fly hunting. There's a fly in here that's buzzing around, and she is literally on fly hunting patrol. She is roaming around. That's why I was a little bit distracted, because she stops for a second, then she kind of looks, and she's like, she listens for it, and then she goes for it. It's pretty funny. She's run into the window a couple of times. Surprised you guys haven't heard that. But yeah, now she's just wandering around looking for that. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's annoying, because Stanley Tweedle, sometimes I don't know what the hell it is that she is looking at. And so she kind of freaks out for a second, and she stops, and yeah. Pepper does give no fucks. It's true. I'll give a Pepper related story here. I have a recliner. I actually, all my chairs recline, and so I'm sitting on the recliner. I'm watching TV, and she walks over, and she puts her head. She literally just rests her chin on the edge of the footrest of the recliner and stares at me. And she gives me the puppy dog eyes, because she wants she's out of the room, treat is what she wants. And I won't give it to her. And I've seen that look before, but it's a new one where she just rests her head and stares at me. And I'm like, what do you want? And she looks at me, and I'm like, no, you can't have one. You've already had enough. And she still looks at me. I'm like, the answer is still no. And she looks at me a little bit longer. She takes her head off and goes, and walks away. Oh, she knows how to spell too, Stanley. She knows how to spell that. Yes. She literally gives me the big sigh thing, and then like looks over her shoulder like, well, then fuck you, and walks away. I'm like, yeah, there's my dog. That's the dog that I know. Yeah, all 15 pounds of attitude that she is. So that's what I'm saying. Demanding little dog. She is a demanding little dog. So again, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. After that, take a look at the videos that are going to be up in this area. Hit the subscribe button over here. Other than that, I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Sorry about the disruption of the bad internet connection. Hope you guys have fun, and I will see you tomorrow for Counterpart Season 2, Episode 7. Good night, good day, everyone, and thank you for everybody that was in the chat and that came back over into the chat part 2. Thanks, everyone, and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, because you never know when Pepper's going to be fly hunting. It'll be right behind you when that happens.